Welcome to another episode of the Home Renovation Series, helping homeowners understand the real process of improving their property. My name is David Twin, I'm the Director of Rowan Design and Build Limited. In this episode today, we are going to be talking about building regulations, the rules that make sure your home renovation, extension, or loft conversion is actually safe, structurally sound, and built to the modern standards. So, what building regulations actually are? So, building regulations are a set of legal performance standards that apply to most types of construction work here in the UK. They cover key areas such as structural integrity, fire safety, energy efficiency and insulation, ventilation and air quality, drainage and waste systems, electrical safety, sound resistance, and accessibility. In simple terms, planning permission is about whether you can build something. Building regulations are about how it must be built. And in most cases, building regulations approval is required even if planning permission is not. So, what work normally requires approval? Typical examples include house extensions and any structural alterations, loft conversions and roof structure changes, the removal of load-bearing walls, installing structural steel beams, new bathrooms, plumbing or drainage systems, electrical work in kitchens, bathrooms, outdoors, or anywhere in the house, replacement windows and external doors, unless they are installed by a registered scheme provider such as Fencer. Also, installing new boilers or heating systems and garage conversions, or just significant internal remodeling. Basically, if the work affects the safety, performance, or layout of your home, then building regulations will usually apply. So, who actually checks the work? So, there are two main routes for approval. You can use your local council's building control department, which is probably the most common route, or you can use a private approved inspector. Both will carry out the same function. They will ensure that the work meets national standards. As a contractor, we regularly work with both and can advise which option is best depending on your project, the time frame, and its complexity. The building control don't just sign things off at the end of the job, they inspect the project at important stages. These can include foundations before concrete is actually poured, so the actual excavation, drainage installation, the damp proof course levels, structural elements such as stills and your timber roof construction, insulation and thermal performance, fire protection measures, and then final completion inspection. Coordinating these inspections is a crucial part of managing a renovation project, and it's something that we handle for our clients to help keep everything running smoothly. So, structural engineering and calculations. So, if your project involves removing walls, building in an extension, adding floors, or converting a loft, structural calculations will almost certainly be required. A structural engineer designs the correct beam sizes, the foundation depths, and load paths to make sure that the building remains safe and stable. These calculations form part of the building regulations submission and must be approved before certain work begins. Again, this is something that we organise as part of a fully managed service at Rowan Design and Build. One area that has become much more important in recent years is energy efficiency. Building regulations now require higher levels of insulation, much more efficient glazing, a reduced heat loss through your walls and roofs, proper ventilation systems, and improved heating performance. So, this all helps reduce your energy bills and improves the comfort in your home. But it also means that renovations must be planned and constructed carefully to actually meet these high standards. At the end of the project, once building control are satisfied that all work complies, they will issue what's called a completion certificate. Now, this document is extremely important. You'll need it when you come to sell your property, remortgage, or if a surveyor asks for evidence that work was carried out correctly. Without it, you can face delays, additional costs, or even difficulties securing a buyer. At Rowan Design and Build, we make sure that every project is fully signed off and documented properly every time. It's really important to keep all of your related certificates and warranties safe. So this includes building control completion certificates, electrical installation certificates, gas safe certificates, fencer window certificates, boiler warranties, and product guarantees. So we always recommend keeping both a physical and digital copies so they're easy to access in the future. And that brings us to the end of this home renovation series. We've covered everything from early ideas and budgeting through planning permission and construction, right through to completion and maintaining your home. If you've come across this episode before seeing any of the others in the series, then make sure you go back and check out the rest of the episodes in this series, as there's some really important information and advice that you can take for free. If you found this series helpful, then please subscribe so that you won't miss any of our future practical home renovation advice and content that we will be posting. And if you're planning an extension, a loft conversion, or full home renovation, you can contact us for a free consultation and quotation through our website or our social pages. So huge thank you for watching.